This movie tells a story of an orphan teen who hits the road with a mysterious robot to find her long-lost brother, teaming up with a smuggler and his wisecracking sidekick. This adaptation of Simon Stephenhack's haunting graphic novel takes a premise brimming with eerie promise and smothers it under a suffocating blanket of generic blockbuster tropes and soulless execution. What could have been a thought-provoking journey through a dystopian American Southwest instead becomes a joyless slog, a film so derivative and muddled that it feels like a parody of better movies stitched together by an algorithm chasing mass appeal rather than any coherent vision. Millie Bobby Brown stars as Michelle, an orphan teen searching for her presumed dead brother, guided by a mysterious robot named Cosmo. She's joined by Chris Pratt as Kitz, a smuggler who's essentially a discount version of Han Solo with none of the charm, and his grating robotic sidekick Herman, voiced by Anthony Mackie, in a performance that tries too hard to be quirky but lands as simply annoying. The cast is rounded out by a parade of big names like Stanley Tucci, Giancarlo Esposito, and Woody Harrelson, whose talents are squandered on thinly written roles that add little beyond recognizable faces to the poster. Millie Bobby Brown, typically a magnetic presence, is reduced to a blank slate, her emotional range stifled by a script that prioritizes quips over depth. Chris Pratt, meanwhile, goes on autopilot, recycling his Peter Quill shtick without the wit or heart that made it work in Guardians of the Galaxy. Visually, the film is not without merit. Its production design and robot choreography are slick, and the CGI is undeniably polished. But these technical achievements only highlight the emptiness at its core. The world building is a mess, tossing out half-baked ideas about robot sentience and corporate villainy without ever exploring them. The retro 90s aesthetic feels tacked on, with needle-drop soundtrack choices that scream for attention but lack purpose. The action sequences are oddly lifeless, culminating in a third-act battle that's more noise than substance. Perhaps the greatest sin of this movie is how it betrays its source material. The novel offered a melancholic introspective tale, but the film opts for a sanitized family-friendly romp that strips away the original soul. It's neither funny nor thrilling, just a relentless churn of recycled beats from other popular movies, except without the magic that made those work. At 2 hours and 8 minutes, it drags on interminably. It's a bloated relic of Netflix obsession with churning out content over cinema. In the end, this movie is not just a disappointment. It's a stark reminder of how even a fortune cannot buy creativity when the spark is missing. It's not worth to spend time to watch this. We do not recommend this movie at all.